No, I'm
Me
happy
happy boy.
What are you afraid of? If you don't
Me
have the
Chinese.
courage to get rich,
Make a lot of
you
money.
deserve to be poor. Join
German sits with a grin so wide. Pogs on the table can't hide his pride. Creator in the corner starts to glare. Madness sparks and hate fills the air. Stack 'em high, a tower of luck. Germans winning, it feels like pluck. Alice Matt's fury, a brewing storm. Visions of pogs in every form. Pogs are spinning, tables turning. Alice Matt's eyes with fierce fire burning. Germans' laughter echoes loud in a world that's pog-bound proud. Matt sees and he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. And he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Alas, my fumes can't take no more. Pogs and slammers hit the floor. It's not about the game you see. It's about what fun could be. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann.
Gee, this is fun. I never get to play the bad guy.
You stole my heart, you intercepted it. Now you're gone, have to accept it. Did I meet your mom too soon? Or did I do what I always do? Yeah, we made it to the 50, and then you kissed me. We made it to the 40, a new love story. We made it to the 30, and you did me dirty right then. You put the end in tight end, and as I touched down, just like you in a game, I'm in another town, and nothing feels the same. Wish I could go back when we met that day. Oh, whoa, and throw a flag on the play.
Oh shit, I forgot I'm live. Holy fuck. What are you people doing here? Can't you see I'm reading? Like, can I have privacy? Am I allowed to have privacy in my own freaking stream? Well, I guess not, because this is a stream. It's public, and people come to watch my stuff. So, yeah, as you can see, I have Omega Girl 2 by Twitless. I said on Twitter X. I said on X earlier that this is the month of Twitless. That's right. September is the month of Twitless, and we're going to be doing one issue of Omega Girl every week. So this is issue number 2, which I'm going to review later in the show. So if you haven't seen Twitless, alert him, because I'm going to be reviewing Omega Girl Volume 2. Well, issue 2. This is floppy, but I'll give my review on that later on the show. But let me just quickly say hi to the people in the chat. Maz Panda says, what's going on Lasma? At first glance, this Zep creation resembles the art style from the newspaper strip Foxtrot. Wait, Foxtrot? That sounds familiar. Foxtrot. Hold on. What is Foxtrot? Wait, that sounds familiar. Let me see. Foxtrot comic strip. Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. I forgot about this strip. Yeah, you know what? It's funny you say that, because his style is very familiar visually. So yeah, I see it. Here you go. So there's that. Monkey King of Zealandia, otherwise known as our good friend Plungecast, he says, off to work. I go to check on the metal works, and better refining of the monkey metal was provided for the Lord Raptor coin. By the way, the coins are actually chocolate, just so you know. So just saying that real currency. Ironbeck says, hello, sir. I am humble blood plug salesman. Please redeem purchase. Redeeming away. Oh, speaking of butt plugs, here's Colors. Hey! That's not my name, Colors. It's Elasmat. Get my name right. I know you got spell check on your stuff, so don't act like you typed it wrong. That's not how you say my name. Predator says, what's up? Let's hit wait. There we go. My mouse is acting crazy, so every time I click something, it double clicks, and I hate that. So see the people in the bands are like Colors and this guy here, Gee, or as I call him now, Donald Gee. They're mad because they're stuck in the band zone because there's nobody else coming in, and they're by themselves. So they wanted to slander me by calling me Elasmart because they think they're cute, but they're not cute. It's a gay op, and I sent it from a mile away. They think they know what they're doing, but they're not. They don't know what they're doing. So see what she's doing. Look what she's doing. See? Look, she's like, I'm leaving a shopping cart to Elasmart in the middle of the lot. You don't pay me to return your carts, Elasmart. Also, I broke several items in the store and didn't purchase anything, Elasmart. You think you're cute, right, Colors? You're not. This is pathetic. This is actually beneath your trolling. This is like one of the worst trolling efforts ever. This is beneath your actual skill. And that doesn't mean you have skill. I'm just saying if you had skill, this is beneath it. So this is sad on so many levels. I can't tell you how sad this is on so many levels. No, I am on time, Monkey King. I am on time. So here I am. I've learned. So thank you for the emojis. Lots and lots of emojis. Yes, I appreciate that. The E-Man, Kermit Godzilla. Yes, when I found that, I was like, I got to put that as an intro somewhere. I have to use it because why not? I can do that. I am not muted, thankfully. So I'm looking at the comments. I saw that I wasn't muted. Yes, and I could tell by the icon, the mic icon on the bar, the toolbar of my talk studio, that it's the blue bar goes up when I talk, which means indicates sound. So I'm doing well. Warwick Comics says, here we go again. There we go. And look, the other member of the without playing. You ain't do nothing, Jabbage. You doing nothing. You think you're cute, right? You think you're contributing to the good of something, but you're not. You're not. You ain't coming from nobody. Nobody. Like I see right through it. Like it's totally like am I my camera sucky? Yes, it is. It's doing the chop. Yes, it's I can see the internet's being poor on me. Anyway, let me play the main intro because it's failing on me.
Deep in the inky graveyard, dark as the night. Chuck tells us forgotten tales about creators long lost in a cabinet frail. He's been putting in a mile of research. He quacked up every flock perch. This Irishman aggressively knows his stuff. He's here to share the truth without a bluff. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. Alice Mack, duck of the Indies, Malin's favorite E-Thap. He knowledge of comics far off the old rap. He swims out of the lanes to find hidden bayous, strange creators, and obscure Adulamu. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. So hang with the quackers deep in the comic graves. See Alice Matt's treasures, the sort that he craves. Do you know about these guys and do you care? A Duck Lord is willing and he's got plenty to share. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. Alice Matt should be quack-gratulated. Do not mallard shun. He's busy peeking into the facts. Don't wig in him while he's hunting for snacks. For snacks. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. Alice Mack to be quack-gratulated. Do not mallard shun. He's busy peeking into the facts. Don't wig in him while he's hunting for snacks. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay.
Oh, fine. Okay, now we got Kissy in the chat. I'm sorry, I shouldn't call you Kissy yet because you haven't offended me yet. So I'm gonna be respectful to you, and I'm gonna call you by your government name, KSS. So KSS says D-Man or D. Wait, D-Man or D-Man? What did you say? D-Man or D? Oh, I see. You're repeating the song lyrics. That's what you're doing. Cute, but I'll let you slide on that one. KSS, I'll let you slide. Why is Bengay? I don't know, Jabbit. I don't know why. Were you guys meeting for beer and it didn't work out? I don't know. What is this? What are you typing? Okay, you people in the chat. I'm the only one in this space that gets this kind of grief. You don't come in here and write my actual name. You don't write the name that I'm asking you to refer to me as. You put all these like weird amalgamations of my name, and it's stupid. And it's like, and then you create people that don't exist, and you talk to those people in the Ethernet, and then you create this like fictional scenario that just drives you to darkness. And then when you come out of that, you come at me with your spears and you chuck them real hard every time. It's like I can't have normal people in the chat. Like freaking talk and draw. Freaking that guy. Tyler from Talk and Draw. From well, it's Draw and Talks. I see. Tyler from Draw and Talks gets a normal chat. They're talking to him about comics and they're asking about his stuff. Me, I get people like you that come in at me with weird fiction and you try to dehumanize me. It's like I can't be allowed to be a natural creator in this space. I have to be ridiculed and mocked and torn to pieces by the likes of you people because you cannot accept the fact that I have influence. All right, kids, I understand I didn't stream Monday. I get it, okay? Something came up, family related. I couldn't do it. And I know it's a Tuesday, but I didn't put it in stone. So I'll take the spear on that one. You want to chuck a spear at me? I'll give you that spear. This is the one spear you get to chuck at me. But that's the one spear you get. So, yeah. Wait. Jabbage, shut up. A man was shot in the neck the other day and died. And you're talking about your gay. My name's not gay, Jabbage. That's why you're in the ban zone. That's why you stay in the ban zone. My name is masculine. My name is steel. It is a name of steel. It is formidable. If you have a rock, it's stone. Respect. Jabbage. God. James Hurley says, alas, Matt. I'll forgive you for typing my name wrong, James Hurley. But he says, thoughts on DC Comics firing that terrorist supporter? Yeah. That guy should have been fired a long time ago, but it took something this egregious for them to realize, hey, maybe we shouldn't have this man writing comics for us. So, but unfortunately, it takes certain extreme things to happen to get people to say, hey, you know what? Maybe it's not a good idea to have a mentally ill person representing us, and as we sell products to people and make money for people to buy our stuff. Call me crazy, but I think having mentally ill people representing you as a company is probably not a good sound business decision. What do I know? Anyway, before I go any further, I'll have my guest, my co-host in the back, and I keep holding him. So let me bring him on, and I'll play this intro for. Let's see. Well, you know what? Let me see. So I'll play this intro.
You know what they say? Nobody gives a hummer like a gummer.
I really like that intro.
I don't.
By the way, I have the wrong background. I supposed to have the Zep background. So I'm going to upload it right now as we talk further. But yeah, I was just commenting on that Trune that got released from DC Comics after the.
Oh, you mean Tranny Pete Callan?
That's saying African Will Smith. I don't know. Anyway, my thing didn't even upload in the background. That's right. I'm trying to upload the thumbnail in the background. It should be uploading. I don't know why it's not uploading. Here it is, right?
Are you sure your internet won't break if you try to do that?
Oh, it says it's live. It's weird. Unless that's the virtual background. So I'm still trying to figure out this stupid Talk Studio, which I wish I didn't have to figure it. I should have known this by now, but I'm on poor. But there we go. Okay, fixed it. So we had a very dark day yesterday, and I don't want to get too much into it on the stream because I don't want to seem like I'm capitalizing on it. But we had a dark day yesterday with the passing of Charlie Kirk, not the passing, the assassination. We're not going to mince words. And a firestorm has ignited. Some people that have been asleep are now awake, and I have been seeing some people using the art to express themselves. I actually uploaded my first Road Warrior Drake strip in weeks, so I'm doing that. So, and then of course today's 9/11 in America. I don't know how the rest of the world looks at it, but here it's supposed to be a day where we're supposed to not forget. You know how they say never forget, and I'm like, oh, we've gone past the point of forgetting. Like, good night. Like yesterday was like the fact that it happened yesterday, and now here we are today. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like I don't believe in coincidences, but the assassination on Charlie Kirk yesterday happening the day before the memorial of 9/11, and I'm like, wait, we ain't learned shit. Jab, listen, Jab, I'm trying to be serious. This comment is not welcome. Type another comment. I know how to do live streams. I've been doing it for years. I'm a veteran. People can learn from me. I can teach people how to do live streams. So you should learn from one of the veterans in this space. What was I saying?
The problem is your short bus internet connection.
My internet connection is doing fine. I can see it's doing fine. Listen, stop derailing. I'm having a serious conversation and you're derailing it. I'm reading Omega Girl issue 2 by Twitless, okay? Give it the respect it deserves. Stop derailing stuff. God. Now you lose my train of thought. Thank you for losing my train of thought. Thank you, people in the chat, for making me lose my train of thought. I hope.
You're welcome, Alas Mercado.
Alas, what?
Alas Mercado.
What? What do you come up with these names? Was that necessary? Now you're not gonna say nothing?
Oh, I thought your internet connection died down again.
No, I'm still here.
Haven't heard you. Sorry.
See, between this and that right here, this is why extremism exists. And this is why I'm a target, because of this, because Jabba is already telling me he don't like me. And then Helmet pretends I don't talk. He pretends I don't exist. This is dangerous. I'm in danger right now. God. I fired up a live stream for you people. But I'm not ignoring the chat, Bear. The chat is against me. I'm running a show. I'm running a stream, and the chat's against me. I'm trying to bring us all back because we are a family here. We are a united community here. We are family. So the family has to get back in check. I'm not a bigot. I'm a victim of bigotry. So, Mood of Hell.
Yes.
Okay, good. I got your attention. I just wanted to make sure that you have not abandoned me. Are you familiar with the guy named Zepp?
I'm familiar with his main character and main book, Tituf.
Tituf, which is translates to too tough in the English language. See, I'm smart. I learned that. See how educated I am.
Yeah. I'm proud of you.
I'm glad.
You are a very smart co-host for my show, Less Smart.
Why do you call me that? What did I ever do to you people? We'll get into that later because this has to be dealt with. This right here, okay? So this is from his Too Tough strips, T2 in the Franco-Belgian.
Tituf.
What is it?
It's Tituf.
Tituf. Yes, it's Tituf. In the English, it's Too Tough. Okay, so anyway, I'm trying to sound smart. Let me sound smart. Anyway, so Zepp is the artist, the pen name of Philippe Japui. I think I said it right. Philippe Japui. And he called himself Zepp because when he was like around 12 or 13, when he was drawing and teaching himself how to draw, he created his own little magazine called Zepp. And he got the name Zepp because he was a big fan of Led Zeppelin. So there you go. And speaking of names, okay, since we're on the subject of names, let me explain what's going on in the chat because people are, and then Helmut is doing it now. So people want to talk about this Elasmart stuff. So let me since we did the Zepp thing, let's do my name. Okay, here's why. So I made the mistake. Room where the name Elasmat came from. Okay, I should have said, you know what? I got a vision. And it came to me. No, I had to be an idiot and give an actual account of how the name came about. So, Elasmat is an amalgamation of my full name. So, A in Elas, my first name Alberto. Laz, which is my baptismal middle name, Lazarus. So, and I've been thinking about making it legal. I haven't really made these steps to make it legal, but I like the name. So, at some point, maybe I'll make it legal. So, it'll be Alberto Lazarus, and then my last name Martinez. But the problem with that is if I said Elasmart, then you get the people like Colors and Mood of Hell and Donald Gee, and everybody else making fun of me with that. So I said, maybe I shouldn't say Elasmart. Maybe I should just take out the R and leave it at Elasmat. And that sounds better. So we'll do Elasmat. So that's where Elasmat came from.
But Elasmart is a beautiful name for a bodega.
But I'm not running a bodega. I'm doing comics.
But you look like you are running a bodega.
No.
Or a dollar store.
I'm an esteemed comic creator, okay? I am peers with Todd McFarlane and Eric Larson and Frank Miller, okay? I'm in that camp, so you respect me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Casey has jokes. Alberto, what a stupid name. That's my birth name. I'm like,
Kizzy, it could be worse. You could call him Al.
Oh, please, don't call me that. Oh, but my sisters call me that. I'm like, no, I don't. I mean, I don't tell them no, but it's like, I don't like that. I just don't. I rather call me Lasmat or Laz at this point. So, no kissing. No. I'm sorry, Mood of Hell. I didn't mean to cut you off, but kissing. My name's Elasmat. Matt. Sorry, Mood of Hell.
Or Alas Mercado, because Mercado is a bodega type situation in Spain.
Oh no. Michael Diatra says, make it legal. What the fuck did you just give yourself? Did you just give yourself that name? No, so Lazarus is my baptismal middle name. So when my mom was when she was Catholic, she had me baptized 6 months after I was born, and on the baptismal certificate, you have to give the child a middle name. So I looked it up, and apparently that week that I was baptized was the feast of Lazarus. And you know the story of Lazarus. He was the man that was brought back to life by Jesus when his family came to Jesus, and they told him that Lazarus was sick, and that's where the famous "Jesus wept" passage came from. Was from that story. So the feast of Lazarus was occurring during the week where I was being baptized. So hence my baptismal middle name, Lazarus, or as it's on my certificate, Lazaro, which is Spanish for Lazarus. So when I saw that, and I didn't know about that till I was in preparation to get married to Stephanie, because we were getting all the documents together, and she wanted to get married in the church. So I was trying to make sure that I was up to speed on my sacraments. So at the time, I had not done my what was it, my confirmation or communion? I think it was my confirmation. I did my communion, but I didn't do my confirmation. So we were gathering the documents to prove that A, I was baptized, and that B, I did my communion. But when I got my certificate, that's when I found out that my middle name, at least on the baptismal sign, was Lazarus. So, and this was in 2014 when I was prepping all my documents to get married the following year. So I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I didn't know my baptismal middle name was Lazarus. That's awesome. So that's where the Laz part in a Lazmat comes from. So y'all came to hear about Zeb's name change, but I started talking about my name change. So see how I brought everything together? See how I just made it connect? See, I'm smart, Mood of Hell. I'm smart.
So your mom's favorite bodega's name was a Lasmart, and that's why she called you that?
No, it's not a Lasmart. I just told you the story.
Haven't listened. Sorry.
I know you haven't. Donald Gee right here is the reason why, because he's grooming you. See, look, we're 5 steps. I'm gonna read it in Kissy's voice. We're 5 steps below Walmart. Come here to shop, but don't mind the rats and the cockroaches. You're so sparky. You're so intelligent. You're so witty. I bet when you typed that, you said, you know what? I'm gonna win a Pulitzer Prize for that. I bet you said that, right? I know you said that when you typed that. Well, I hope you choke on a Pulitzer. I know you don't care, Jabbage, because you're in the ban zone. Guess what? I don't care either. I don't care at all. I haven't even begun talking about Zep, and people's already throwing shades at me and the torches and the spears. Stop it. We're united here. Stop it. Wait, Lazarus hopped out of the tomb, bound like a mummy. I guess we can call you the mummy? We're not doing the Monday streams, Michael Diache. We're doing the Thursday stream. That joke is reserved for the Monday stream. So you already went ahead now. You jumped ahead of the line. No one likes a line jumper, Diache. That's a line jumping felony you just committed. Last parts are only full of illegal immigrants. They find in front of a harbor. See, now you got Tim Olsen making fun of me now. Tim Olsen. You got to create a character called Melvin. You got him making fun of me now. We are respected in this space. You don't get to mock me. I'm gonna start having to ban people now. People are getting banned now. There's no A in Diache. I don't. Okay, grammar Nazi. There's no A in Diache. Guess what? There's no R in a last man, but it ain't stopping you people.
Well, actually, it's Dietsche.
Dietsche. Okay, Dietsche.
It's a
right?
German surname.
But am I saying it right? I said Dietsche.
Yeah, finally.
Okay, good. Okay, Dietsche. so that means I am now more fully cultured than the chat, and that is good because I mean to have more influence. Dietsche. Okay. Now KSS is saying, how is that my voice? You heard my voice. We spoke in private when you told me that no one likes you. And you said everyone calls you a real jerk. You're jerk. That's why I was the first because you want to throw these kind of accusations. And it's not even healthy. This is not going to build bridges. This is not going to build our community and help us save comics. This is just going to divide us and make us fight each other. I feel like if I ever need a gift for a quinceanera, I can get it at a... Oh, come on, Harry, better than that. That was not necessary.
I heard your store brand Chef Boyardee is pretty good.
Okay, this is gonna stop. Okay, I'm moving on because this is not gonna. You're not gonna stop me from this. So Zepp, the artist Zepp. Okay, this is Zepp, and I think it was Massive Panda earlier who pointed out that he was his style was similar to the Foxtrot comic strips. I totally forgot about that, but yeah. But when I saw the art, I was like, yeah, it's pretty familiar. And there's an example, Foxtrot. He was influenced by people like and this is it's a big list, but these are just some names that are familiar. So his artistic influences include Robert Crumb, Katsuhiro Otomo, Will Eisner, Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, Easy Seeger, the creator of Popeye, Mobius, just to name a few. So he had a wide range of artistic influences behind his style. And we just mentioned T-Tuff, right? T-Tuff?
T-Tuff.
T-Tuff. Okay, T-Tuff. There we go. He created this comic from 1992, and it's still going today. So it's a long-running series. And as I said before, T-Tuff, right? T-Tuff?
T-Tuff.
T-Tuff translates to Too Tough. So we're going to call it Too Tough for now because I'm not going to be corrected by my own stream. Anyway, so Too Tough is popular with the kids. So a lot of the kids were big fans of it, but it did dabble in mature themes. And Zepp tackled a lot of mature themes in his other works, like one called Les Filles Electriques, which translates to, I'm moving the shared screen, which translates to Electric Girls. That's the cover for his Les Filles Electriques, which is a comic strip, and this is a collection of that strip. I imagine how terrifying a D word with teeth would be. Why are you typing this in the chat, Monaco? What's prompting you? Does he post this online, or is it mostly just in print? A lot of these are in collected works, and I know Amazon has a few. Goodreads, you can get some at Goodreads. I think Able Reads may have it too, but I haven't seen if it's actually. I would imagine. Listen, I would imagine it is because even in the West, a lot of these Sunday strips are available online. So I'm gonna guess that yes, it's available online somewhere. You just gotta look for it. But if he's still like producing these periodically through his magazines, then I'm gonna guess yeah, you can see these online. So that'd be a good idea to check out though. So yeah, this is a Les Filles Electriques. Okay, this is the cover for it, and this is a strip about main character is a guy named Robert. Right, he's a very clumsy boy, but he's got like a very romantic sentiment. Is reference to the women in his life, including his grandmother, among others, and he tries to be the lady.
You are roboting again.
How about now?
Unfortunately, I can hear you again.
Fortunately, this is good for the community talk. Mood of hell. Anyway, I was saying that the Les Filles Electriques, which translates to the Electric Girls, it's about a guy named a kid named Robert, and he fantasizes about these girls. He tries to be a ladies' man in his school, but he fails. He's very, very clumsy like that. And the title is a reference to not only the girls he fantasizes about, but it's also referencing the women in his life, like his grandmother. And there was another series that he did called Happy Sex. Well, this is a page from Les Filles Electriques, so you can see, get an idea of the subject matter, as well as the art style. So you can see how the colors brings it out too. See, the colors can make or break your line work.
He has a very different style from the female to the male.
Yeah, a lot of artists do that. Like when they draw the male and female, they make the male tend to be a bit more goofy looking because, like most artists, you want to make the female attractive enough, depending on the visual consistency of your pieces or your story, your comic strips.
Also, to add that to the overall topic, Mr. Philippe Chapuz, who is Sepp, did a lot of biographical work,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
especially in Titeuf, but also
Right.
in his later works.
Was it blatantly autobiographical, or is it like elements of his life that he put into his stories?
Some anecdotes from his preteen days,
Mm-hmm.
I would say. I
Okay.
read a short interview with him, I think in the German Playboy magazine or somewhere, FHM, don't know. And he said that most of the stuff that he did for
Mm-hmm.
Titeuf, was from his childhood and early preteens, late preteens, that stuff.
So kind of like a
Because he
wonder year.
was a very curious young boy who
Mm-hmm.
was interested in the adult world
Right.
and questioned his parents all the time, and that's what found its way into the Titeuf comics.
Serious, but the coloring is nice, says Tim Wilson. Wilbert says, Night to all my haters, may your numbers grow and flourish. Thank you, Wilbert. Appreciate that. My numbers will hopefully grow. If not, it's okay because I matter. Just like my peers, Tom McFarlane and Frank Miller, I will be among them, among the greats. I matter, Mood of Hell. I don't care what anybody in the chat says. I matter.
Yeah, and Spawn has pox and you have none.
Well, I had to talk to Todd about that because I think Todd kind of had a misstep with the POG stuff. So when I get together with Todd again, we'll have a conversation about that, and I'll let you know what he says. Anyway, Henry Bemis says, "Nice cartooning style. Yeah, I like it. It is very what do you call it? Lively. I like it. I like the liveliness of it all." TJ says, "Well read, yeah, punk bitch with lovely hearts." I love how my chat loves to get along with each other, and I'm here for it. Totally here for it. But anyway, let's continue on. This is from his other collective works called Happy Sex.
Yeah, that's his newest stuff.
Yes, you can see. I
Yeah.
probably should. I'm gonna have to get out of this one because this one is a little bit blatant there. So okay, I just had to show up because I had to be a completist. So now this one is called Victor. This is another one of his gag comics. It's about an apprentice who works with his grandfather in his grandfather's shop, and this was it appeared in a few magazines before it ultimately reached Spear magazine, and that's where he got the bulk of his audience. So, and you can see like the line work is definitely enhanced by the colors. It's deeper colors, more shading, more gradiency, but otherwise it's the same line work. So you can see how colors can make a difference with the line. This is the perfect example of colors can really bring another line work. So if you see it, it's the same line style, same style of art that he's done in his other strips, but the colors are very much more steeped in a more grounded feel to it.
Even though this guy is from Switzerland, it looks a lot like the Franco-Belgian stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Franco-Belgian. There's a lot to learn from the Franco-Belgian comic scene, and I love how experimental they really are with their artwork. So, and you could do so much. It just shows you like the art is not just line work itself. There's so much you can learn from this, and it's to me, this is like very visually beautiful. Like his other stuff is fun to look
coloring
at.
is great.
Yeah, I agree. It is. It is absolutely great. Now we go back to this one. This is one of his other stories. This is one of his what is this called? This is a Leon Coquillard. Leon Coquillard. Okay, I hope I said it right. This was commissioned by the I think it's the GSSA, which is an anti-military organization that opposed any Swiss involvement in war. So this was actually funded by an anti-war company in Switzerland. So maybe it's propaganda, maybe, but there was some. I mean, a lot of art is propaganda. Let's just pretend it's not. Okay, it is. But anyway, Mass Bennett says it's possible that in these more watercolor illustrations, and he may put the colors down first and outlines as an afterthought to accentuate the forms. I saw Mark Crilley do that before. Yeah, it's funny because when you do this kind of stuff on digital, when you draw digitally, you have to do 2 layers of ink, right? And then you color on the second layer for the reason that you don't want to color over the ink of the first layer, so you still have the outlines, and it helps accentuate the color. So I'm guessing that this is an example of how of doing it from pen to paper, where you redraw the outlines once it's colored, which I can see it having a really nice effect to it. So actually, I should be saying this with the image in my. There we go. So you could. So yeah. So Master Panda's point is that the it was drawn, then it was colored, and then it was redrawn over the colors to accentuate it, which I can see it. It definitely does make it look nicer. That being the case. So, does Switzerland avoid war as a national policy? I don't know. It's a good question. Do we have any Swiss in the chat? Probably not, because
Yeah,
we're
I think
jabbing in the
they
chat.
are bound to their statewide neutrality. Neutral. They are a neutral country.
Yes, that makes sense. So it's more of just a commitment there. So yeah, so this one, yeah. So we talked about this one, okay. And here's a cover for his collection of the Leon Coquillard strips. And I
Oh,
like.
it's a gendarme character, a policeman,
Ooh, explain that.
a Swiss policeman is
And what do they call them? Shamdad?
gendarme, gendarmerie.
Gendarmerie. Okay.
That's the Swiss police.
Okay. All right. That's what they call them. Henry Beeman says they are famously neutral. Yes, they are. Oh, well, as long as they don't get the Great Reset pushed upon them, they should be neutral. But man, that Great Reset. Ugh.
No,
They
in
handle
Swiss
prison-
is all about the money and the chocolate.
Can't have enough chocolate. Tim Wall says they handle prison the same way. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should do a full deep dive into the politics of Switzerland. Maybe I should do that. We hate Switzerland. I don't hate Switzerland. Not at all. I've never been to Switzerland. I hear good things about it. I don't know. It's one of the nicest places to retire, I hear, but I am not there yet.
It's very expensive.
Tim Wilson says it's a country full of fence sitters. Is that what it is? There you go.
Not exactly. No.
Speaking of fence sitters, okay, he came in when he heard the nation of fence sitters. So there's a lot of fighting in my chat. Why are people fighting in my chat? We're supposed to get. We're talking about my comics. Oh, not my comics. We're talking about Zep. Zep is here. Master his limited color palettes on these colors are really awesome. It just goes to show you that you can do minimum rendering and still have a compelling illustration. Yeah, it's funny how that works, isn't it? It's amazing that the little that you have, you can do so much with it. And it really illustrates how much of a storyteller Zep is. And a lot of guys that I show you a week, like the way how they use their minimalist style and effectively bring out the visual storytelling. It's a skill, not so much a skill in their handwork as much as it is in the execution and the design. And I learned that from Carmine Infantino when he was teaching me in college about design and his execution. And I think I told that story.
What he did good with this picture is you can almost tell what kind of character that guy is.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny. It reminds me of Inspector Clouseau from the
yeah. Because the French policemen have similar uniforms than the Switzerlandish gendarmerie.
Yes. I figured that. Yeah. So
because Switzerland has several cultural parts. There's a French part of Switzerland and an Italian part of Switzerland, a German part of Switzerland, and it's culturally very diverse.
Why does CJ hate Switzerland? What did Switzerland do to you? Why do we hate Switzerland?
Was he ever to Switzerland? I would be surprised if so, but
who knows? I don't know. I don't know.
I was one time. I was in Bern, which is one of the bigger cities in Switzerland, and they are so clean you can eat from their streets.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they are almost as clean as the Japanese, and they are very, very kind people.
I like kind people. We need more kind people. And by kind, I mean people that just are very courteous and respectful of others. That's not the same as being nice. Being kind and being nice are two different things. Oh, look, Georgina Floyd. That's right. An African now, too. That's right. Can't forget Africa. By my lovely Georgina Floyd. Can't forget it. What kind of people says Praetor 7? Yeah, what kind of people?
The kind of people.
Yeah, kind. I mean, how clear can Helmut be? He said kind people, right? So what kind of people? The kind. I mean, good night. Do people not listen? Are we going to have to enunciate every single letter in the words? Why can't Helmut have a conversation with you people not understanding it? Why can't you just say, you know what? I get you, Helmut. I see what you're saying, and I'm going to take it on. You got to deep down every single letter to try to cause confusion instead of learning and absorbing every time. Can't just listen. This is like one of the worst. This is one of the worst streams ever. I'm going to quit. I'm quitting the internet. You know, I'm going to quit life, Helmut, because people in the chat don't get it. They don't get it. They don't understand. I'm trying to give knowledge. I'm trying to give information. I'm trying to give visual stimulation and trying to enhance their education and their knowledge and their awareness. They don't appreciate what I do for the community.
I mean, your internet already quit on you.
Wait, it's quitting now?
All the time.
No, I can see myself. I see myself. Like, you can't lie to me. You can't lie to me. There's also Sudut. I almost thought that said Tylenol. I don't know why. There's also Südtirol.
Südtirol.
What is it called?
Südtirol. South Tirol.
Südtirol in Italy. Athletes from there speak better German than most Bavarians.
Yeah, because technically South Tirol is German.
Oh, okay. That's fascinating.
It's a tense thing between Italy and Germany, this topic. And as a half German and half Italian, it's a very difficult topic for me.
You feel torn. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm learning about this now for the first time, so I can only just learn and be in silence. Unlike Sark, who has to throw this comment out. Who's freaking out? Who's freaking out, Sark? No one's freaking out. I'm just sounding the alarm. I'm pulling the string and I'm sounding the alarm. Because people have to hear the alarm. Someone's got to be the Paul Revere, right? Someone's got to be Paul Revere. And it's got to be me. I'll be Paul Revere. I'll sound the alarm. And maybe people wake up and thank me later on. And then maybe we'll have a strong community, right? I don't feel appreciated in these parts at all. Well, except for TJ. TJ appreciates me. Thank you, TJ. I appreciate that. But everybody else, like, see, I gotta learn to be like Switzerland sometimes. I gotta be like Switzerland, but I can't because the fiery spears that you chuck at me, it hurts. Like, if people think it doesn't hurt, it hurts. I'm just so over it. Oh, by the way, this is from one of his later comic gag strips. Colin and Labelle. Let me zoom into this. This is a story about an angel and her relationship with a little imp called Cain. Okay, it's Cain and Labelle, not Colin. And no, it is Colin. It's Kaylin. Okay, I'm sorry, it's Kaylin. Yeah, Kaylin and Labelle. There we go. So, yeah, it's definitely a weird one, but it looks a lot of fun.
Oh, there's Stalin and Hitler.
Yes, that's right. That's why I picked this page because Hitler and Stalin make an appearance in this one. So yeah. So Michael Dice, right? Did I say it right? It's Dice.
Yeah.
Dice. Okay, Dice. Hold on, let me just pronounce it properly. It's Dice.
And I also think it's not Michael, it's Michael. Pronounced like the German name.
Okay, so it's Mikhail. Okay, so Mikhail Dice. Mikhail Dice. There. Mikhail Dice. Okay. My grandmother was from the Lake Constance area, birthplace of the Zeppelin. See how I tied this fiasco back to Zap? You did a great job. Here I am telling people that he got the name Zepp from his vast nation of Led Zeppelin, but now you bring it back to the the Lake Contents area, which is the birthplace of the Zeppelin, the little balloon that blows up and kills people inside it. So it does tie in together. It's awesome.
You're roboting again. Oh, great. Now I think we lost the Peanut Head. He's a good co-host, but sometimes his anger, ooh, very difficult. By the way, Kizzy.
Okay.
Kizzy?
My internet had a timeout because too much confusion and chaos. I was trying to talk to Kessel because he wanted to make this comment. He says, Paul Revere, you? Psh, okay, Alberto. You seem like the type to fall of his horse, get captured by the Brits, and yet take all the credit of what Prescott and Dawes did. I take no credit because I did all the work myself here. I am sounding the alarm, Kizzy. I'm sounding the alarm.
Kizzy, he is more like a bald Benedict Arnold.
I don't have bald. I say what I heard. I'm not bald. Listen, I'm very serious. I'm a very serious comic book artist. I am, okay? I told you that I'm in a wonderful community of peers.
Yeah, I know, Elasmat. Female alopecia is a very serious topic.
What the hell's wrong with you? No, I don't have a stroke. I have spears being chucked at me. Every time I get the spears chucked at me, York Gift. Every time. Masterpan is Kaylin LaBelle, almost like something Mika and Dolfo would have gotten some inspiration from, especially with her. I almost said the other word. Titles. Okay, I caught myself. Her titles, not the other word. Un Sacred and Sweet Paprika. Oh God.
Oh, isn't Sweet Paprika an adult book?
Is it?
I thought so.
It could be. It could be. Oh. Prescott and Dawes are better than... I haven't seen Prescott and Dawes' comics, Kissel. Where are the comics at? They didn't do comics, so they ain't better than me. So I win. Pick your lane next time, Kissel. And send for people that actually make comics. I'm better than Prescott and Dawes. That's established. The fact I have to tell these people everything, I don't get it. Mood of Hell. I don't get it. Why? I'm really hurt right now. I thought I had to strive with people, but no, apparently not. I don't think I matter to people. This right here is one of the covers for Kayleen and Labelle. This looks like a fun one, though. I will admit, this looks like a fun comic.
His style reminds me a bit of Calvin and Hobbes.
Someone said that earlier in the chat that they brought back the Calvin and Hobbes style. So you see how it all just connects. It all just there's that universal appeal that Scott McCloud talked about with his. Wait, he says the D word is slowly splitting into another personality with that voice. Fascinating too. I don't know what you're talking about, Guy. I really don't know what you're talking about. Like, why do you type things in the chat and don't verify it? Anyway, Deecha says, I know it's better just to let it go. It only gets worse if they try to get it right. Just call me Mikey and move on. I feel like if I do that, then I wouldn't be cultured.
Did we both do it wrong, Michael? If so, I'm terribly sorry. I tried.
It's Mikey. Best. It's Mikey Moodfell. He wants to call him Mikey. Be cultured like me. It's Mikey.
But Michael is a beautiful name. Do you remember Michael Schumacher, famous racing driver?
I don't watch
Germany.
No, I don't watch race car driver.
Or Archangel Michael.
Okay.
What a beautiful name.
Michael.
Better than Alasmart.
I'm not Alasmart. You're better than this. Stop it. I thought you were. Anyway, Monkey King of Zulandia says, I love these Arrow-style comics works. They add so much fun and comedy to the art form that is squashed by American-style mainstream comics. So So I look at these as alternatives. To me, like I'm not okay. So one of my biggest gripes, and I might be going on a rant, but one of my biggest gripes, Plunchcast, anybody that's watching, is people are stuck on a certain art style. And one of the mistakes that I made when I came into the scene was I thought that this was a space where different art styles, different styles of storytelling was allowed, and people would just be allowed to explore and be open to the variety. That turned out not to be the case. And the reason that I found out later on was because a lot of the people in this space are really people that were fans of the 90s Image comics. And that was the boom where like it became about style more than substance. So there was a heavy emphasis on quote unquote good artwork. And I'm not saying your artwork wasn't good. I'm just saying that when people talk about good artwork, they really mean like a certain style, which is very limited in my opinion. So anytime you create an environment for comics where only one style is really permissible, it makes the art form very dull, very creatively bankrupt, and it doesn't give people much option to really push themselves or to try to experiment or go in a direction that nobody expected them to, and just to try to create a reaction or an emotion. So that was my mistake in not realizing that, and that's why last year I made the choice to do the indie so that people influences were, and really explore artists that I'd never heard of who really had unique art styles that were apart from the mainstream. Now I'm a fan of the mainstream, of course. To me, like when I talk about mainstream comic art, to me, definitively, like it doesn't get better than George Perez or John Romita. Like those are the guys that to me were like the standard in terms of like artwork in comics in the mainstream. But as good as those guys were, like I appreciate alternative art styles, like with the early Eastman and Laird Ninja Turtles, or like uh, was the creator of I forgot his name, Eckhart Brightshoe. Going back to the other creators that we've spotlighted that have various styles of art, different styles of art, but having the multitude and the variety of the styles of art is why you can appreciate a particular comic's art if it resonates with you, because you're not dealing with homogeny, you're not dealing with a visual blandness. There's a variety, so it gives you more room to really appreciate the the product that is coming out of a particular artist's pen. So I see something like this, for example, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it on its own, but when you compare it to like the more mainstream stuff, like you can appreciate it on its even more on its own merit because it's so different and so unique. And I appreciate that. That's why like I think it's so gay when people are like, "Oh, that art looks like shit," and I'm like, "Okay, but what is the story behind that artwork? What's the story behind it?" Because there are a lot of artists, and we've covered them on my Indie Comic Outliers streams, that became millionaires on artwork that many people would say was shit. And the best example of that is Rich Sperlew's, and I covered this a few weeks ago. Rich Sperlew's Order of the Stick, a comic book with stick figure artwork, and that makes so. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So that book made $1 million, and it was stick figure art, but it was entertaining. People bought it because it was entertaining.
Yeah,
So
not everything should look like 90s Image comics.
no, because it'd be boring and dull. And the fact of the matter is, and when I was in high school in the 90s, and Image was all the rage, and people were talking about the artwork and all these artists that came out of Marvel, and it was legendary. Like the Exodus from Marvel and them starting their own company, that was legendary, and it really opened up people's ideas to like really do their own thing. So, but even then, I understood that yeah, the artwork is nice, but what's the story about? And
You're roboting again.
okay, am I coming in clear now?
Yes, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, now.
Okay, I was saying that even then in the 90s in high school, I understood that the whole hype over Image was more because of the artwork and less about the stories. People talk about the artwork, but nobody talks about the stories.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay,
because
well,
most of the stuff was pretty boring. Besides Spawn, Spawn was cool, but
right.
Wildcats, for example, was a
Right.
boring fucking X-Men version.
Punchcast says the 90s was about art and not good storytelling from Image. In fact, people still think they were good when they started. It's silly and like an old person looking back in nostalgia than reality. That's a Plungecast. Am I coming in clear?
Yes, no,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, Darkest says, I literally said the same thing on stream today, Al. It's definitely that 90s heavy scene. People like you, me, Doc, and others are definitely the outcasts. People like, I would put Narwhal in that. And Narwhal, and I did an Outlier stream on Narwhal because people ragged on his art. They said his art was shit. They said Narwhal couldn't draw for shit. You heard it on many Comicsgate streams. You heard it on the forums. They said he couldn't draw for shit. And he ended up getting a mainstream book deal with Dark Horse Comics with Mark Millar, the writer for Kick-Ass of all things. So there is people who understand the variety, how variety in comics is important, understand that the medium can only thrive if various styles and storytelling and ideas are allowed to permeate without some people saying, oh, that's dog shit. That's dog shit. Or this book is drawn by a 10-year-old. I'm like, okay, but have you read the story behind the art? Have you read what the story is about? Maybe the story is serviced by the art or vice versa. You know that old argument? You've heard this argument about what is more important in a comic, the writing or the art?
What again?
Yeah. Okay, so you know the argument about what is more important in a comic book, the art or the story?
Yeah, that's an argument as old as time.
Right. And I had always maintained that both were equally important in a comic, but as I did these streams and I started to like really hone in on my favorite books and the books that people talk about, I realized that it's the writing that's more important in the comic than the art is, because good writing can save bad art, but good art cannot save bad writing. And this is a point that made this point when he was talking about of all people, Jack Kirby, because he was talking about go get this, like McFarlane was criticizing Jack Kirby's anatomy, and I was like, wait, what? But he admitted, he did say this though, McFarlane did, about Jack Kirby, that he understood that Kirby's anatomy was important, or the way he drew his characters was important to the story he was telling. So it was a lesson for him that the story saves the artwork and not the other way around. And I'm like, yeah, that's the point I've been making all this time. It really is. The story behind the art is what elevates the art. The art cannot elevate the story. And there isn't a single comic book that people remember at hold to high esteem where the artwork was good and the story sucked. There is not a single book. You can't name me a single book that people put in a top 10 or 20 where they say that it was good because the artwork was good, even though the story sucked. But you can find comic books in top 10, 20 lists where the artwork maybe not to people's taste, but the story was so memorable. So Narwhal is a completely singular style, and that appealed to Millar because he's a legit comics fan. What were you going to say, Helmet?
From the top of my head, I only know, in my honest opinion, one creator that does shitty art and shitty storytelling at the same time. In mainstream, might I say. And that is Robert Kirkman, because The Walking Dead sucks ass as a comic.
Interesting.
It's not a good story, and the artwork sucks also. In my opinion.
Yeah,
there are people out there who love his stuff, but I don't think that it's a good story, and the art is also very bad.
You know, it's funny because and I'm not saying it's a bad book. I haven't read the Walking Dead comics, but something about it just made me not want to read it. It just didn't seem like something that was to my taste. But yeah, I mean, it is a popular series, so I don't know.
I read the first book, and the first thing that I said to the guy in the comic bookstore was, that is a telenovela with zombies.
Oh yeah. That is true. Yes, that is very. Yeah, and I guess that's what I guess that was the appeal to some, was that it was a drama that just happened to have zombies in the backdrop.
Yeah, and I bought it because I wanted to read about zombies and about the zombie apocalypse. And it's all about those people and their relationships. And I couldn't give a single fuck about their relationships. It was so boring and borderline SJW. There are
Do you think the
gays
transition?
and colored and
Mhm.
racism and shit like that. All that stuff that doesn't interest me in
Oh,
comics.
so they were putting woke shit in there.
For me
Right.
personally, yes.
Hmm. Well, it had to begin somewhere. So maybe that was a transitional thing that led to the hard woke.
Yeah, it was soft woke,
Okay.
I would say.
Artist has great appreciation for comic arts. Only the ignorant fool puts down comic arts from other countries to their own detriment and lose fans, readers, and buyers. Sark says Narwhal is amazing. No one is anything like him. Fiona Wolf says yes. Even though I am not reading Fables as a refresher at the moment, I still recall that the story hooks did a good job. That I remember the main beats even years later. So let's see. Scroll down a bit. I'm Rick says.
Everyone loves that name, Kissy.
Be honest, I'm not a good area mental wise at the moment to visit it, but I do recall that he does great mystery hooks. Henry Bemis, okay. So, Fiona, I hope you're doing good, Fiona. I know you're going through some things right now, so hope you're doing well. Max Panda says yes. I enjoyed reading Invincible. I read the first 30 issues or so, but I just don't care about The Walking Dead. So okay, so can somebody verify this? I heard that Dale Killen's Pitt, made an appearance in Invincible, a cameo somewhere. And the reason why I know this is because Rob Liefeld did a post on Facebook, and someone showed this to me, in which Liefeld revealed that Dale Keown tried to sue him 3 times over the use of Pitt, and he said each time Dale tried to sue him, he failed miserably. So, and then he mentioned Eric Larson had to go through the same thing with Dale, that Dale tried to sue Eric Larson and also failed. So
That unfortunately happens if you drink one too many times from your piss bottles.
yes, that's an unfortunate
Tragic.
thing. Fiona says, Once Upon a Time on TV show is a bit lighter in tone versus Fables. Not that Fables is bad, it just gets much darker than I desire right now. Yeah, yeah, I think you know what it is? Like there's so many comics that are like, as Fiona would say, grim derp, or someone else would say nihilistic. Because one series does nihilistic well, they think, okay, nihilism is the way to go. We have to do if a certain comic series does well, I guess people imitate the tone and not necessarily some of the elements that made that book affect the storytelling. So, you know, why would Dale's suits have failed? Because I don't know, probably because he didn't have a case. I don't know. So, yes, lawyers cost money, but he tried to sue him 3 times. Okay, this is according to Rob Liefeld, so this is not me saying it. Rob Liefeld, actually, let me just pull up the post, and then I'll get into Twitless's review. Let's see. Let me look for the post, so that I just saw that I got 3 people that just followed me on X. My you know what's funny on X? I had some people unfollow me because I've been posting a lot about the Charlie Kirk stuff, and some people have not appreciated my opinions. So I'm like, okay, good riddance. I lost about 6 followers, but it looks like I just gained about 9 or so. So healing, we're healing. Okay, let me pull this up here. I am reading Rob Liefeld's words. Okay, so this is not me putting out any rumors at all. This is from Liefeld's own fingertips. He typed this on Facebook, so you can take it however you like. Actually, let me share on another window so I can enlarge it. Okay, here we go. Share this tab. Okay, so somebody said to him, had asked Rob Liefeld if he had seen Dale Keown crowdfunding Pitt, and Rob says Dale Keown attempted to sue me 3 times. Each effort failed. His legal efforts against me were resoundingly defeated. I am not a fan. I was like, ouch. He threatened Eric Larson as well. He claimed he never granted us permission to use Pitt in appearances. It was at a time that he was barred from entering the U.S., possibly because of breaking some laws. His lawyer admitted he was looking for shakedown cash. I've never forgotten. So that's that was out of Rob Liefeld's own words. So it was interesting. And I bring it up because and I brought it up because I mentioned Pitt possibly appearing in Invincible, and Sark is confirming that. He says Pitt did make a cameo in the original Invincible comic, specifically in issue number 60 during the major crossover event known as the Invincible War. However, Pitt has not appeared in the Amazon Prime. Oh, so he's saying that Pitt was removed from the Amazon Prime reissue of Invincible. Yeah, I'm just trying to get confirmation of that. But was that what you're trying to say there? That when this comic went to Amazon Prime for people to read it digitally, Pitt's appearance was removed. Is that what I'm understanding? As I wait for Sark. Okay, Sark is confirming. He said, "Yeah, okay, all right." So that's what happened. So I guess Keon signed some kind of like licensing deal that was temporary, and there you go. Anyway, Kissy says, "I'm suing the last man. He promised me a show on Tuesday and didn't follow through. I had a written agreement. Go ahead and sue me, Kissy. Sue me. You're not gonna go no for it. You're not going no for it. Sue me. I'll be buying back peanuts with your money. I'll go off the grid. I don't care. I'll off the grid. You can't stop me. I'll be off on the grid. I'll live in the wild with the bears, and I'll be like, what's his face with the grizzly beard, and I'll be fine. I'll be away from this torturous spears by you people. No more pain, no more hurt, no more backstabbing. I'll be in peace finally. So service. Rob Liefeld assuming because he hates Todd McFarlane. Me and McFarlane, we had conversations about Liefeld, and it's gonna be on. Like people don't know this, but there's a lot of Civil War in the background. So me and McFarlane, we had a talk, and Liefeld's going down. So bring it, Liefeld. Anyway, I didn't mean to say that out loud. I should be saying that. Anyway, so Plungecast says, never trust a junkie or an alcoholic. That was Plungecast. Anyway, so what? So
Hello.
I don't see Twitless in chat. Twitless has failed me. I don't see him in the chat. So someone tell Twitless, because he's been hounding me for a long time to review his Omega Girl comics on stream. And I said to him, September is going to be the month of Twitless, starting this week. And he's not even here. So I guess he had to watch this in the replay. So good job, Twiddles, for not being here. By the way, I can't threaten Twiddles. Have you seen how tall Twiddles is? Like, I was going to a convention, right, at the Heroes Con, and I was expecting to see a guy shorter than me. I bullied Twiddles online, and I was ready to bully him in person and make him buy me coffee every half hour. So I finally get to see him, and he's like, he's tall. Like freaking, like, he's like Nephilim size. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry for every bad thing I said. So I had to make amends with him so I can live. So the reason I'm alive is because Twiddles in his mercy allowed me to live. So I said, never again. I learned my lesson. So, why is my thing going on? Anyway, so I have right here issue number 2 of Omega Girl. Issue number 2. Okay. And I totally forgot because I did issue number 1 on Raw Red's channel. And I totally had forgotten that this is a very episodic comic. So it kind of reminds me of the older Hanna-Barbera Space Ghost cartoons, or like the the Herculoids, where it's like the characters go through adventures, but the adventures aren't serialized. So they go through these adventures, you learn about these characters, but then after that story ends, it goes to the next story. It's a whole new story, no continuity, no connection. It's just separate stories. So this is exactly just like that. It's separate stories, they're not really connected to each other. And just to give you an idea, let me show you some of the examples of some of my favorite. Okay, here's for page 1 with the Mega Girl, right? So you can see a little bit of her there. Let's see. Let me highlight Kissy's comment. So, all right, and then and the thing that pops up with the dialogue is whenever Omega Girl uses her powers, she'll tell you what those powers are. So there's no question. So the thing with this comic is there's clarity in what Omega Girl is doing in her powers and skills. So I think one of the lessons here with Omega Girl is don't be afraid to just flat out say something. You don't want to keep the readers guessing. Like, the last thing you want to do is guess. They just want you to know what the story details are so they can just read along. So last one thought he was going to see a guy shorter than him, but then he remembered that one guy who was shorter than him, guy who played Mini-Me, is dead. Hard lesson to learn. I still want to get issue 5, but considering how PayPal is nowadays, going to try using a prepaid gift card to get it from IndieNet. Do I have issue 5 here? Hold on. Yeah, I have issue 5. I actually know it. 2, 3, 4. Hold on. Let me check if I have issue 5. I have issue 3. issue 4. Okay, no, I don't have issue 5. I just got issue 2, 3, and 4. So I have issue 1 in the digital, and issue 2, 3, and 4 in the physical. Although I told Twitless that if you ever do the omnibus, I'll definitely get the omnibus. Just like Colin, who's not here, he's preparing his omnibus for Emerald Man. So thank you, baby. So I'm hoping to maybe we'll get an omnibus of Omega Girl. But yeah, so it's very episodic, right? So there's a lot of stories in this one. One of my favorites is a story where she's fighting the Muck King. It's like a green slime character called the Muckraker. There we go. All right, so yeah, there's not much like emotional depth in these stories. So if you're looking for emotional depth, you're not going to find it here. This is just short stories of her fighting these villain of the week type characters. But I would say the most in-depth story is this one called Back to Basics, where she is she mentors a kid who has gone through a traumatic event in his life, and then after talking to the father, the kid opens up to her, and she tries to be the fun older sister type. So in a way, it's kind of like it reminds me of a Yair in a way, where a slightly bit with Yair and Stefania's relationship, but this is different. It's not that kind, but it just look. I want to sound smart. Let me sound smart. Okay, can I sound smart? Thank you. I want to sound smart. So, but yeah, this is the most emotionally charged story in the book. The what's the name of this one? It's called back to basics. Okay, so it is back to basics. So I won't spoil the ending of it, but when you read it, it's like a nice little payoff. And Omega Girl is very lighthearted. It's not complex. It's not nihilistic. It's not episodic. So I mean, it's not serialized. So you're not going to get one story that's going to lead to the next story. It's the story that you read has a beginning, middle, end, and then it's on to the next story. So, if you're honest, I like the fact that I can make. She's talking about the digital. I can make the screen zoom in, even if it doesn't have the panel by panel sweeping of Kindle's program. So, I mean, a lot of people do that now. They like the digital, so I always try to make the digital available. So, how much? Please allow you holding up half of folded pages so that us viewers can't see what the. Pause it, Castle. Pause it. Just take a screenshot. Fine, I will show you. So this is the Muckraker. Okay, this is to me like one of the most memorable villains, I guess visually. See it? See it? See it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because it reminds me of the Green Slime, that science fiction movie from Japan, co-production between Japan and the United States. And then there is a Speed Fiend. It was funny because there was a whole controversy about speedsters with the what's that Eric July character?
Blue Shift?
Blue Shift, yes. This is not Blue Shift, but it reminds me of that conversation. This is a Speed Fiend, so there we go. This is the Speed character that appears in the Omega Girl universe. I'm saying if you approach these stories like a 60s Hanna-Barbera cartoon, or even like the 60s, 70s comic, the Marvel and DC comics, where it's just a good guy fighting the bad guy of the week and saving the day kind of thing, then this is going to end up being your flavor. The artwork is pretty good. Line art's pretty good. The colors, the colors are pretty decent. They do their job. Some panels, color-wise, tend to be dull, but then when you have characters like Muckraker come in, it really lightens it up. So, and I haven't read the next 2 issues, but here's my thing. I think at some point, and again, I haven't read 3 or 4 yet, but for the first couple of issues, yeah, it works. Having these these episodic stories in one issue, and you learn about the different characters that inhabit the world of Omega Girl. But I think at some point he's going to start need to get it a little more serialized so that we have something. Even if you want to keep the stories episodic, which is fine, but have something like that connects the stories. Maybe something that adds to Omega Girl or her alter ego Amanda Shields. Have her growth be a part of something that invests us into continuing the story, because um at some point, like, the characters have to evolve from the narrative. So I think if you want to keep the episodic feel of it, at some point I think you should introduce a connector, whether it's emotional or otherwise, or something that pops up in Omega Girl's life that we as a reader want to journey along with her on. And it could be quite a few things. So it doesn't have to be like one thing that carries on through 8 or 9 issues. It could be something that carries on through maybe the entire book or a couple issues without offending or compromising the episodic feel of the stories. So yeah, this is a book for people that like those episodic stories that are looking for like the fun, lighthearted, good guy saves the day stories and fights the villain of the week. So yeah, I think this is fun. I like this. This story is pretty. The book is pretty good. So issue 2, solid. I'll see what happens with issue 3. If issue 3 does something different with that, I'll report that next week. But on a scale of 1 to 10, good question, because I think each story, like the last story was pretty. Well, I will give that last story maybe an 8 out of 10, because it was just telling a story and it was clear as day and had a nice payoff at the end. It was also very emotional. So for that, I had to give it an 8. The story with the speedster, though, I'd probably give it a 6, because I like the fast-paced action of it, but there's nothing in there on the story that's going to keep you invested other than the action. So each story varies. You could say, that was a 6. The Muckraker story, I'd probably give that a maybe a 6, if not a 5. I give it a 6 because I like the Muckraker design. So really, it's story to story. But overall, I will say the book is a solid 10, not 10, 7. Don't clip that. 7. All right, which some stories working more than others. So that is my review of Omega Girl issue 2. Next week, I'll be doing Omega Girl issue number 3. Here is Angela Curry. She says, Alas, what's your favorite cereal? Helmet loves Gibbet. What's Gibbet? Gibbet as Lucy?
Muesli is cereal. Are there any cereals in Germany, and what kind of cereal do I like? That's what she's asking me.
Oh, she was writing something in German, and I totally botched it, and you're correcting it for me.
What's your favorite cereal?
My favorite cereal, cornflakes.
Quaker Oats?
What?
No, with the duck on the front. Okay.
Cornflakes. Don't you know what cornflakes are?
Boring. That's what they are. They are boring.
They're boring and it tastes good. I like cornflakes.
I like, personally, the Oreo cereals with the mini marshmallows.
I like the s'mores cereals. I like s'mores. You ever had s'mores crunch?
No, we don't have that here.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you guys eat healthy. No, but I like cornflakes, but I also like Golden Grams. I love Golden Grams and Crispix. Golden Grams, cornflakes, and Crispix are my top 3. With Cheerios, yes, regular Cheerios, and what's another one?
Weetabix? Do you know Weetabix?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Never mind.
Why are we talking about cereal? This conversation is just steered away. This is supposed to be a comics, not cereal. Some person. It is Angela's food. She says, "What's peanut? Wait, what? Am I reading that? Some person?
It's called Elasmart or Elas Mercado.
Oh wait, hold on. Okay. I'm gonna forget that slander because look who's in the chat. We finally got him here. Okay, now we're gonna retweet this response, and I promise you we're gonna fight. Well, we're not gonna fight because he's taller than me. He might hurt me. So to this, I didn't mean to be aggressive. I apologize. Just forgive my transgression. Let me recollect myself. Here we go. Okay. He says, "Good review. I appreciate the feedback on building a Connect story. That starts in issue 3. Okay, so I figured that. So we're gonna see when I read issue 3. Let's see how that goes. So I figured that he would realize, okay, at some point it's gonna have to start connecting. And the reason why I thought that is because when I read my when I read like the older comics from like the DC Golden Era, or even like the Marvel Silver Age era, like when I think of like episodic stories that connect but are still episodic, I think of like the Avengers, the first runs of the Avengers stories in the 60s. And the thing that comes to mind is the Hulk. When the Hulk started out with the Avengers, but then at some point he defects from the Avengers, and then each story had its own story after that, but there was still a connecting element, which was the Hulk's betrayal and how he would eventually side with people like Namor against the Avengers. So there was that. Speaking of the Hulk, I bought something at Walmart for $6. You want to see what I got at Walmart for $6? $6. You ready for this? I got the hardcover Marvel Masterworks. Not Marvel Masterworks. Yeah, the Marvel Masterworks. Incredible Hulk for $6 at Walmart. These things, these hardcover books, go for like 30 to 50 on eBay. Walmart was selling it for $6. Look, I made a smart purchase, damn it.
I'm proud of you.
What?
I'm proud of you.
I don't believe you. I don't think you're proud of me. This costs a lot of money elsewhere. I saved like $50 buying that at Walmart.
Does that mean you can buy me steak?
I will buy you steak. After I continue buying my Marvel. Yes, I'll buy you steak, baby. I absolutely buy you steak. So, but yeah, so I got a good deal on this, Mood of Hell. Why don't you believe me?
You should buy better cereal because cornflakes are boring as fuck.
I'm boring and I appreciate being boring. I like being boring.
Eat some Reese's. Or is this considered cannibalism because your head is a peanut?
He's so sick. Okay, you're insulting Twitter. He's trying to make a comment here, and you're insulting him. He says, "I'm actually working on my first serialized arc for Omega Girl, starting in issue 7. It's ramping up." Okay, there we go. So that means I gotta buy more issues. See, it's a grip. It's a grip with these freaking people. I'm sorry, Twilis. I didn't mean to say that. Twilis, I apologize. It's a good thing you're doing. I will support you, Twilis. Oh, fuck, he's already. Anyway, cornflakes are fun. I like cornflakes. I don't care what anybody says. Wait, you said cereal. That's not what. Okay, now I get it. Okay, Angela, let me correct you. Cereal and comic storytelling as in SERIAL. Cereal. Okay, like the cereals of the movie theater back in the day when they had like the Flash Gordon or the Captain Marvel, those cereals, or like how they call like televised serials, like the early soap operas, the daytime soap operas. That's what I meant when I said cereal, not the food curry. The cereal as the long form storytelling told in episodic format. I was clear on that.
Cornflakes are still boring and lame.
They're delicious. Kay says, Elasmat told us that Twitless got his name from combining his first and last name, Twitter for
Leslie. Nice. Kissy with some bangers tonight.
JV Style says, Gamer Sups, anime girl thighs flavor tastes like that sweet cereal milk.
That sounds a bit sus.
Wait, Fruit Loops. Okay, am I missing something?
Loopy vodka tastes like Fruit Loops, like Fruit Loop milk.
So what is this anime girl thighs flavor taste? What is that? Anyway, I'm missing something. This is all freaking Illuminati shit, and people are not telling me. Anyway, scroll down more. Master Panda says, I might run by Walmart and see if they have some hardcovers. I might want to get some for the cheap. Thanks for mentioning that you found that. Yeah, it was in a box by the computer section with a bunch of books. They were selling for like $6. I guess they were just like trying to get rid of the backlog. And I found that there. I'm like, holy shit, like $6 for a hardcover Marvel Masters Incredible Hulk? Like, grabbed it.
This is why I can't let you go.
Look. It retailed for $75. $75, and I got it for $6.
You know what I could have done with $6?
You could have.
I could have gotten a gallon and a half of gas. That's what I could have done.
They sell these for $50 at the Comic Cons. I got it for $7. I made a steal, okay? And I don't hear any stereotypical jokes about me being a color and steal because I will ban you.
Financially savvy, you would resell it and make a profit.
I like the Incredible Hulk. It's a good. Anyway, so this is adapted from the Frankenstein story, hence why the Hulk looks like. Listen, I can buy $6 hardcover books and be proud of it. I'm allowed.
Okay.
I am allowed. I don't care. I feel very good. I feel proud of myself. Wait, please don't start telling people about our encounters. Don't. I have a meeting next week with Tom McFarlane, and we're going to be talking about some of the shit that's going on in comic space, and we got to fix this shit because it's falling apart. So please don't try to ruin my reputation. I plead with you. Don't do that. Please don't do that. It's not going to be helpful. That'd be helpful. Who's cracking? Some person. Who's cracking? Nobody's cracking. I'm solid. I'm very solid as a person, and as a influencer and a storyteller. So let me try to catch up on the chat. There's a lot of stuff being said in the chat. I'm not gonna any of it because you guys are such mean people and such bastards, and I'm not gonna do it. So it's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
I still
Yeah, it
think
says,
about those cornflakes. That's mad. Why?
cornflakes. Well, guys who eat cornflakes don't take their lady to a real actual spot. Listen, maybe you have eaten bad cornflakes, but the cornflakes I've eaten taste actually very good. They're very delicious cornflakes. They're so delicious, even that the military uses it for the breakfast of their squad. That's how it is. That is how important cornflakes are.
Even the military knows better than to do that.
They eat cornflakes in the military. I can verify that. I can't. I can verify it.
They get a choice of cereals.
You bought yourself a color. That's not a color book colors. That is in a hardcover reprint of the early Hulk adventures. That is, and it cost us $75 to the person who could have bought it, but I got it for $6. I got it for an excellent price. $6 equals 3 cups of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts, but you people don't appreciate that. You don't appreciate that. So, but it's fine. It's fine. Definitely.
That's why you can only afford the store brand cornflakes and not the Tony Tiger one.
You mean the one with 80 grams of sugar? That one?
Hey, I don't live in America. I don't eat your crap.
I don't. Hey.
Good for you,
I almost died of food poisoning after I ate the stuff that Prime sent me.
Well, it's because I came from Prime, so good night. But Frosted Flakes is diabetes in a box, so I don't mess with that.
I don't doubt that.
Yes. Corn Flakes was invented by a guy that likes enemas. I think we know what's going on. Wait, what? Prove it! Prove it! Some person. I want to see evidence on that. It's just nice to have that rice flavor to drink without the burden of having to let the cereal soak until it gets soggy. Well, there's a science to that, JV. You got to pour enough cornflakes, right? And when you pour the milk, don't pour it all over the cornflakes. Just pour enough on the bottom. And then you take some of the top and some of the bottom, and that's how you eat it. That way, by the time you get to your last spoon, you still have enough crunchy cornflakes to eat. There's a science to that. By the way, do you guys consider cereal soup?
It's breakfast soup.
No, it's
Okay,
a
she says it's
dessert.
breakfast soup. Do you guys consider it soup? That's a good question. You guys consider it soup? Oh no, just don't answer. Pretend I don't exist. Pretend I didn't say a word. The military uses cornflakes for the breakfast of their squad. They do. Their squad, yes, their squad. Why not go to fire team? The fire team, listen. The fire team, they eat the oatmeal. You gotta go up on the ranks to eat the cornflakes. People don't know this, but the cornflakes is what makes them into kill machines. You eat a bowl of cornflakes, and you're ready to take on the North Korean army. Cornflakes are kill food. That's a secret. They don't want. That's what they don't want to tell you. But you go from the oatmeal when you're on the fire team. When you get to the top tier squads, then you have the cornflakes, and you are ready to conquer. Even Genghis Khan won't stand against you. That's how important cornflakes are. So, wait. Guy says, "Weren't cornflakes invented to stop masturbating?" Well, Guy, I don't have.
Actually, that's true.
Is it true?
Yes, I remember reading that.
Okay.
Yes, that's actually true.
Well, I don't know.
Why not
I don't know
both?
anything you prove of. What?
Why not both?
Both what? Cornflakes and masturbation?
Cornflakes and
I mean, I don't have, listen, I don't have problems. I'll leave it at that. I don't have problems. I'll just say that. Jamie says, I have a clip for the soup cereal thing. Also, VTuber and thighs related. Well, let's see it. Okay, let's see it.
But cereal is no soup. Cereal is a dessert.
Okay, so you say it's not soup. Okay, so we have Lady Michelle Ben who says it's soup. Helmut says it's not soup. Fiona says, wish I had like 10% of Jeff Bezos' money to fund projects that overlap.
If I want it to be breakfast soup, it'll be breakfast soup.
Yes, I think a lot of us would wish we had that kind of Jeff Bezos money, but I have to budget like everybody else, unfortunately. Although that's a good thing because it makes me appreciate what I do have.
You need the crunch cup. It keeps the cereal and the milk separate.
Oh,
And then you just put it in your mouth.
I've seen that. The crunch, yeah, the crunch cups. I have seen that.
Crunch cup.
Yeah, there's a thing called crunch cups where like it keeps
It's
the
crunchy.
cereal crunchy. And I think, and how does it work? You just drink it and then the syrup,
The cereal goes in the middle,
right?
and there's like a tube. You put the cereal in there,
Right.
and then the milk goes on the outside in the other part,
Mhm.
and then when you take a drink, it puts both in your mouth.
That's science. It goes back to science. Science. There has to be a comic book story at some point. I may even do it where I incorporate the cereal cup, and it's gonna be awesome.
Why not Smacks
Honey O's.
or Fruit Loops or Honey Loops? Why cornflakes?
Look, I'm sorry if you have a bad experience with cornflakes, but if it's good for the military, it's good for me.
I can understand why not Fruit Loops, because Fruit Loops look kind of a pride flag in a bowl.
Wait, we have some drama. We have some breaking news from our good friend Plunchcast. He says, I just unfriended my first long-time comic acquaintance on Facebook over Charlie Kirk. F those people. Yeah, it's kind of nasty, X. It really is. The shit that's been coming out is kind of nasty. The stuff that people have been saying on Blue Sky. Blue Sky had to pull out a disclaimer, a warning to people not to say bad stuff about Charlie Kirk because it was inundated with all that stuff. So if Blue Sky had to come out and say something, that's how bad it was. But yeah, I started seeing some followers on my X in the last hour. So people are starting to follow me. I lost a few followers, now I'm gaining some followers. So, my tribe, so to speak. Fiona says, another setup I've muted on X. Buy my book. No, I won't, dear writers. Learn how to market without being annoying. You know what's funny, Fiona, is a lot of I've seen this more with writers than artists, where they jump on threads and then they're like, oh, buy my book. Or oh, I have a book to sell you. It's like, that's not how that works. It comes off as obnoxious. And people want to see, the thing is, you want people to come to you. It's difficult to kind of do this on X or online. It's easier on YouTube than on X. But when it comes to selling a product, the way it works is people come to you. If you go to people, it comes off as aggressive, obnoxious, whatever the case is. And 9 times out of 10, they may not want to buy from you. So it is difficult to sell on X because of that. Whereas on YouTube, you put on a stream or a show, and people tend to come to you. They come to the stream, and they'll hang out in the chat if they like what you're presenting on the stream. But if all you're presenting on stream is just your book, they ain't gonna stick around because it's just in your face and boring. No one wants to talk about that. No one wants to hear like coming out of your mouth about whatever. But yeah, it's a thing on X where I was like, oh, buy my books. Like, I don't know who you are. Like, fuck out of here. So, being annoyed is my most appealing trait, says Herman P. Hunters, the Lord Forge. I don't think you're annoying, Herman. I think I like having you here, so definitely not. So cheers to you. Cheers to you. Fiona says passive funnel to your works in your profile on X. Yes. Yeah, people will go, especially in your pinned tweet. Like if you keep it as your pinned tweet, that does the job for you. And how many new followers I'll get that will just like my pinned tweet and retweet it. Make the timeline all about shared hobbies and overlapping tastes. Yeah, it's been difficult the last 24 to 36 hours because of the recent events. But yeah, if you want people to like invest in your work, yeah, definitely put more of your influences, examples of your artwork. So totally. That way people know what you do, so they know to follow you or not. They know, like, if they're looking for a certain work or art style, they know what you're doing. They can make an informed decision on whether or not they want to follow you. Kellogg invented the graham cracker to stop gooners from yanking their peen like a monkey in a mango tree. Well, as I can. What's wrong with you? You know, I kind of enjoy. There was a time, Kissifus. There was a time where I counted you as a brother. I counted you as a culture warrior against the culture. I counted my back. That was an ally and had a sword and a shield ready to fight with me against the SJWs. But now you've become someone that has a spear and you've chucking it at me every single time. Chisel! It's coming. It's coming. Listen,
You bring this on your
it's
phone, I
coming.
don't know what to tell you.
Anyway, so Chisholm, I'm telling you right now, you're on your last legs. You're on your last legs. Because I am done being a punching bag. I ain't nobody's punching bag. I just reviewed issue number 2 Omega Girl by Twitless. I have clout. Respect me. I'm important. Why don't people get that helmet? Why don't they get that? I don't know why they
Maybe
don't get that.
how you present your message is a little bit wrong. And people don't like cornflakes very much.
Cornflakes is the food of the army. It's effective. Master Panda says, yes, I can see that how the buy my book approach comes off like annoying phone providers who solicit outside of restaurants. Yes,
Yep.
people have not figured out that doesn't work, but they still do it. And then they wonder why years later they have to appear on other people's streams to clout Goblin off their stuff, whatever, to get people to see eyes on your book that they normally
Every
don't
time
care.
I see someone marketing their book like that, I think about grifters like the Quartering who always tells people to buy his shitty coffee.
That's right. I forgot he does that coffee thing, doesn't it?
Oh,
I
that guy is
forgot.
annoying. Such a grifter.
I don't think you have anything to say, Mr. Yogurt. And what is Yogurt Enema? What do you come up with these things? We're talking comics. We're talking overlap. Yogurt Enema? What does that mean?
Don't look it up.
I won't look it up. I won't. Anyway, Kay says, Atlanta told her that Twitter's got his name from combining. Wait, did I read this already? I did.
Yes.
Am I behind the chat? Hold on, let me go back. Oh wait, I got a super chat. Hold on, I see super chat. Okay, this is from who's that? This is from. Oh, fuck, wait, why is it not? Okay, I need a new mouse. So it's from JD Kirby, John Donald Kirby. He's come out of the mock zone to send me money because he thinks I'm beneath him. So I will gladly take your money, John Donald. I'll take your money, but thank you for the $2. He says, "Oh, it's a bunch of emojis looking up obnoxiously with huh." Yeah, I can do that. I'm allowed, Kirby. I'm allowed. Tim Mold says his books, the first 3 issues of Melvin, are on Amazon. So you can read Melvin on Amazon by Tim Olson. Wait. Go look at that. It's already muted. Oh, okay. Yes. It's already buy my book in your promo on X. Fiona Wolf's not going to see it, so don't even bother. Because she muted those words. Okay, so I am caught up in the chat. Wait, some say I have 3. Kiss of Why are you typing this in the chat? Oh, Kiss it. No, I can't allow this. I can't allow this. No, this is getting dark.
Spicy.
Oh god. Okay, so obviously the chat is lost. They've gone off the deep end. They're doing something completely off. So it's 10:13. So I might call it at a decent enough runtime. So I got some work to catch up on, so I'll do that. But anyway, oh wait, oh no, I didn't highlight that. Anyway, any last words, Moonfell?
Are we doing a horror stream next week?
I will try my best. The last 2 Mondays I've had some issues with my son that I had to be there for him and all that stuff. Nothing major, just I had to be there for him. So I couldn't do the last 2 Monday streams, but I should be. My son's back in school, so I should be okay with Monday. So, barring an unforeseen circumstance, I will return Monday for my Monday Monster Moratorium because Community Utah Spook review is not good enough for you people. So we gotta stick with that Monday Monster Moratorium thing that you guys wanted. So there you go. It's there. Okay. So we're gonna do the Monday Monster Moratorium, and we said we were gonna do House of Dracula, which is the final Universal movie in the monster canon before Frank. To do that, the House of Frankenstein, starring Lon Chaney, Glenn Strange, and John Carradine. So, any last words, Woodhouse?
Sounds interesting. At least more interesting than your cornflakes.
Cornflakes are science. They are science.
Yeah, they prevent young boys from playing with their pee-pee.
Oh gosh.
Not just young boys.
Goodbye, everybody. Whoa, Horsey. Hold on 1 second. I just have super chat. Hold on. I don't want to not read super chat, so let me go there. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Michael Diachi. I'm sorry. I said it wrong. Michael Dicha. There we go. Okay. Spa Fund. This is $5 from Michael Dicha. Thank you. I appreciate that. That'll be part of the spa. So, okay. With that being said, okay, now this is the real goodbye. The real goodbye. Here we go. Hold on. I'm sorry. I just saw a super chat. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. This is from our good friend Plunchcast. He says, $1.99 New Zealand. He says, Monkey King of Zillennia. Cursive teal lettering spelling out yum. Yum. Okay. JD Curvis, I downvoted this. Well, F you. Alex Ray says I unsubbed. Good riddance. Color says I reported it. I expect nothing less from you people. At all. Oh, we got New Zealand $2 from Plunchcast. Thank you, Plunchcast. He says, Baby Lemon, looking up to our lemon character, standing in a superhero position. Well, I guess clip it. Sure. Actually, is that a promo? If that's a promo, let me read it properly. Hold on. Let me read it properly. Here we go. The proper way. Baby Lemon, looking up to our lemon character, standing in a superhero position. Is that an AI prompt that you super chatted me? That read like an AI prompt. I know what a super sticker is, colors, okay? It doesn't come across like that in a talk studio. It just has words, okay? So I'm sorry if the words came out the way as words do, and I read it, okay? That's how it came out. I don't know the difference between the super sticker and super chat. It had the words. It didn't have a sticker. It had the words. It doesn't come across as a sticker on Talk Studio. Why? This is not funny, Odds Gray. Say, I'm telling you how it came across. Don't laugh at me. I'm not a hack. And you're in the, oh no, you're not a bands. I thought you were colors. No. But no, still, I'm not a hack. I'll tell you how it came across. God. See, now I know that's a super sticker. See, now I'm not reading it because I know that's a super sticker. See, I'm not foolish like you people think I am. I actually can read and look at it and discern. That's clearly a super sticker. See, I'm a day wiser now. People think because I'm colored that I can't be. I'm very learned and cultured in this. So there we go. So there. So you guys can miss me with this hate mongering. I mean, I'm sorry, he's buying my spot trip. I mean, what can I do? It's there. I have to show it, right? I mean, a red box of popcorn. I need popcorn tonight. I don't know why, but I need it. I actually have all those popcorn buckets that look cool. It's got the red and white stripes. So maybe I could make myself some popcorn and have it there and eat some popcorn and do what? I don't know. But I got $1.49 from it, so screw it. I'll just do it. So there we go. So, but yeah, I appreciate the money. You're paying my tuition for what? For the spa. Here we go.
Stealing my money.
I'm not doing.
Stealing the spa.
No, I'm not. Three evergreen trees. Who doesn't like evergreen trees? I like evergreen trees. I just wish I had some outside, but I don't. I got the regular trees that if lightning struck, it would hit my house. I'd probably hit my head, but you know, I mean, evergreen trees are nice. I can deal with them. Do they have them in spas? I'm sure they have the scent of the evergreen trees in spas. No, I am going home, Kirbish. I am going. You guys can trap me. So, I don't. I'm going somewhere.
You want me to go to the spa, not you.
And I'm going to go have lunch with Tom McFarlane. Okay, Purple Cat. I guarantee there's some degenerates in the chat that are going to link this to cornflakes and gooning. Because you guys are sick. You're all sick in the chat. Don't think I don't know what you're going to do. Oh, and John Donald wants to kick in. Here's John Donald with his $2. He says, I haven't dismissed you. Oh, really? You think you control me? You don't control me, John Donald. You're in the mock zone. I mock you. I mock you. You hear me? I mock you. You don't control me. I have influence. You think you can do this to Tom McFarlane? You can't do this to Tom McFarlane, so you're not going to do this to me. I don't let you do this to me. I have real influence. I'm important. I am. So there. Take Lady Shadowband to a real spa, you jerk. That is from KSS.
Thank you, KSM.
I've been nothing but kind to you, Kissy. Nothing but kind to you.
But not Lady Shadowband because you haven't taken her to the spa.
I promise I'll take you to the FM spa. I don't have one.
Our love will get us out.